So now the next step, and this is the one that is no more difficult than the others, but is going to take a little bit more positioning, so it might take some paying attention. Now we want to start dealing with these layers here. Just like with the Megaminx, I'm going to put these three in. So try to visualize this. We've got these two, right? And now we're going to be filling all of this in. But we have to do it with these over here, these two edges and this corner over here. So how am I going to do that? Well, first step is let's find the correct edge piece over here, which is going to be the silver and red. So find the silver and red, and it's right over here. Just like with the Megaminx, it's not a big problem to just move it in position here. So you can see this can move down here. But not so fast. We have to put in another silver here that does not have a corresponding triangle over here, which could be almost anything. Here's one over here that we could use. This has to turn in like this. So what I'm going to do is just put it over here so that it's next to that, turn it in here, and as you can see, we've got both of these in place. Now it's a question of moving this corner in. Well, first let's find it. It's going to be one with a square orange, but with a trapezoidal or a rhombic red and silver. So right over here. So what the technique with this is going to be is we're going to move it to the top, move both to the top. Now bear in mind the red is going to be facing up. This color has to be facing, this red has to be facing up as well. If this were turned in a different direction, like say this, and I found it, I've got to turn it up here to where the red is facing up. Very similar positioning to what we just did. Move it out of the way, and I'm going to move this up here. As you recall, this is very similar to how we did it with the Megaminx. Now I'm going to do the same process with this, of moving things in and moving things out. So I'm actually going to move this down to move this out of the way, bring the center over to here, and I'm going to move it up. Bang. These are associated with each other. It's the right color. Now it's just a matter of moving it back, so this is all in, and move it down. See? Simple stuff. So you got these three over here. Go right kitty corner to that and do these three. This is already magically in. We just had to position it. If it wasn't, this will always be in. Now I want the one remaining square yellow, orange, which is right over here. Not this one. It's trapezoidal, so I'm going to move this up here. Now it's actually going to be the yellow one that has to face up. So I'm going to move that here, and really the same thing. Just follow suit. Let's move this up here. And now we're going to move these in conjunction with each other. So how can we do that? Well, this is going to move over here. So let's actually move this out of the way, bring this across. This will move down. This will move across, and this will move back up. So we've got this here, put this back into position, and now bring it down. Okay, so now we've got all of this over here. And it's just a matter of continuing with that. So come over here, and what do we got? We go to this side. There's nothing here to do yet. So same thing, orange and yellow. Let's find our orange and yellow right over here. So calmly move this to the top, take it out of the way, and I've taken to, by habit, just cleaning up after myself there. So this is where it needs to be. Now just over here needs to be another orange. Let's move that in right now from here. So I'm kind of skipping a step, well, not skipping a step, but moving right to the next step. So as you can see, we can move down here, and these are where they need to be. Now we're going to find, we know it's white square with yellow and orange. Right here. So let's move that to the top. Now it's going to be the yellow one that has to be facing up. That's why I did it that way. Move this up to the top so that these two can be coordinated. And there's no reason to really memorize how to coordinate them. Just kind of think it through. This is going to end up over here, so it's got to be coordinated in conjunction with this. This will move down. This will move across. And this will move up. We're good. And this will move over here. All right, move this down, and we're good over here. Same thing here, orange and pink now. Orange and pink is over here. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, bring this up, move this in, and bring this down. So this is where it needs to be. Now let's find our remaining white square, which is over here. So move this up here and down. Now we need the pink one up. That's why I did it like that. So here's the pink one over here. So now this has to make it over to here. So move this down, move this across, move this up. So we're good here, we're good here. This comes down here and here. So now we've created this side. So these sides are sort of putting themselves together, so to speak. Now we need the white and pink right over here. So move this here, and we might as well put the other white one in here while we can. Bang. While I'm in the neighborhood, I could move this down here just to kind of get myself oriented. But let's look for the other square blue with the pink and the white trapezoid. Right over here. So that moves up over here. It's going to be pink on the top, just like this. Down, double turn, up, so we're good over here. And we just move it into place. Okay, next, white and red, already here, so we'll just move that into place here, turn, turn. Now before turning it down, I guess I might as well find the correct piece that's supposed to go into here, which is the red and blue. So blue trapezoid, here's the red. I've got to put the red up like this, so I just kind of saved a step there. This is going to have to be in conjunction with this one over here, so I actually move this down, move this across, move this up. We've created this side here, turn it back, and move it down. All right, are we good? This is in, this is in, this is in, this is in. All right, so without too much effort, we actually made this whole slice over here. So now the next step is we're going to now abandon these faces. I'm not going to focus on these faces anymore, because if I get all of these guys in, everything else is going to be fixed. So I'm going to now focus on these. So we're going to be changing our emphasis. Now the whole key with this, the whole key with these guys is to make sure that these edges are positioned appropriately. So we just have to be cognizant of that. That's not hard to set up. Just turn it to where the white is here, in my case, in the gray and the orange. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be assembling these one at a time. The first one is going to be easy. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the edges and make sure that we line these up. My overall goal is these two edges are going to be in, and then we're going to assemble these edges with these corners. So let's find the gray that's supposed to come over here, which is this. Put it on top, turn it, wow, simple stuff. This is already here. If this wasn't here, then I can move it in by moving it from up here. So in this case, I could like turn this down, move this in here, and then they're opposites. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble these parts, and here's how I'm going to do that. I know I need a yellow edge, and I know that with that yellow edge, I have to assemble all the yellow trapezoids like this. So I'm going to find my lonely yellow edge right over here. And I'm going to start assembling things onto this. One of which is right over here. So I'm going to turn this, and I'm not going to be utilizing this over here. Actually, I'm going to move this into place. So this yellow trapezoid is going to go to this edge like so. Bang. So this is in. So actually that whole bottom part is going to be green. Now I'm going to find the other yellow trapezoid to put in, which is right over here. So I'm going to double turn this. So now this is facing the top level, and turn this one here so it can coincide with this. Bang. So what I've done is I've created an edge over here. This is going to fit very nicely with this side over here. As you can see, it's upside down here, so I'm going to turn it here, double turn, and turn it in. So this fits nicely here, and then turn it down. Okay? Now I'm going to make sure that these guys are in as well. So I've assembled this side. What I'm going to now do is I'm going to assemble the top part over here. This is the blue part, so I'm going to have to assemble it in conjunction with that, and it's going to be all the rest of my greens, square greens. So we'll just use this blue, and I want this green, this piece to end up over here, this blue. Now I don't want to be moving this around, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Kablam. And now I'm going to move this blue in association with an, not this edge, but because there's two over here, in association with a single blue triangle here. I guess we can use this blue, so let's move it over once again. Actually, there's another green we can do this. Okay. Alright, so we're going to move this over here, and I'm going to move this down like here so that my blue one is facing up on the last layer that I can be turning. I'm going to be turning from this layer. Now I'm going to turn this center up, this edge up over here, so it can meet this one over here. Turn it in, there it is, my green is here. Now let's find the other green one that we're going to be using, which is this. So what I'm now going to do is point this part so that it's up, so that it can meet the next one, which is here. Turn it, and now I've assembled this side. Turn it on the side here, and now I can move it in. So really, no algorithms were needed for this, but I've got this one assembled. Now I just have two more. Now with the second one, bear in mind also these centers here, I've got to get them back if I wasn't cognizant of that. To do that is, let's move this into position again. Now what I'm going to want to do is move this back here while not moving these out. So to do that, I'm going to double turn it to kind of hide this down here. Turn this over by one. Now I'm going to turn this back so that I can move this into position and move these edges back like this. So just kind of be cognizant of that. You don't want to be stuck with all these solved and yet these guys aren't in. That's not a good thing. Okay, so now we're going to do the last two edges over here. We already have these in place, so it's just a matter of assembling the others, and this is going to be pure red. So we've already got some of them over here. This pink has to make it over to here, hopefully without destroying these guys. So I'm going to turn this over here. So this I'm going to actually move like so, turn it here, move it up, and move this in. So this is assembled over here. Next step is to place the other red, which is here. And this blue one is going to come over to here. But I may want to protect this, so why don't we do this? Why don't we move this in here, double turn, and move it back. Alright, so this has to find its way to here. Well, actually we're going to have to turn this on its side. So we'll turn this on its side like so. Turn this up, and turn this back. So now this is assembled. So that's not too shabby. Now that I've got both of these assembled, I can place this over here. So we'll double turn, move this into here, double turn, and move this back. So now we've got this one assembled. Now we've got the last one. We have a situation like this. We're going to hold one of these in front of us and go like R, U, R, I. U, R, to U, R, I, to U, R, U, R, I, U, R, to U, R, I. Okay. With that said, we've got this familiar scenario that we discussed at the beginning. Now, I just happen to not have these two rotated, but if I did, then I would do that algorithm to switch those. So in this particular case, we're going to hold it here, and we're going to do one to just kind of shake it up. It's the one where we do the 2R instead of the R. So turn U by 1, then it's going to be 2R, U, RI, U, R, 2U, RI, and then 2U. And then just do it again, but without the 2R this time. R, U, RI, U, R, 2U, RI. Then finish it up again with another 2U, and then an RI. So this is actually what I'm looking for. Similar scenario to this. So I'm going to hold it in this position. This will stay the same. These guys will rotate. The red one's going to be in. R, U, RI. U, R, 2U, RI. 2U. Do it again. R, U, RI. U, R, 2U, RI, and 2u. And as predicted, this is fine. Hold it here. And one more algorithm should solve it by rotating these. R, U, Ri. U, R, 2u, Ri, 2u, R, U, Ri. U, R, 2u, Ri, and bang, it's solved. So there you have it. I didn't have that situation where I had to flip those, but I went through how to do that. So just bear that in mind when you ever reach that situation. And that concludes the Dayan Gem series, so far as what we have. Thanks for watching.